welcome to Groverley State School and to story time with me, Mr. O'Brien.
Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which I tell this story. I want to pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. We are standing on land that has witnessed storytelling for over 60,000 years, and so the story I'm about to tell you now is just one tiny drop in an ocean of that storytelling tradition. And I'm honoured to tell it to you today. My story is called The Hare and The Hedgehog. It's a Hungarian folk story. Now we know that stories can start in lots of different ways. They might start once upon a time. They might start long ago in the dream. This story starts quite differently. In fact, it's the only story that I know that starts this way, and this is how it begins. This story you may not believe, but I promise you it is 100% true. It was told to me by my grandfather, and this is the way the story goes. One fine autumn morning, a hedgehog was standing outside of his hovel, humming a tune. The tune was no better or worse than any other tune that a hedgehog might hum to himself on such a fine morning. Out and about, the birds were singing and the bees were buzzing, and people were carrying picnic baskets to enjoy the warm autumn. And Mr. Hedgehog thought to himself, oh, it's such a fine morning. I might go to inspect my turnips. Now, the turnips to which he was talking about were not really his. They belonged to the farmer, but given that this hedgehog and his wife and children stole the turnips so often, they had taken to thinking of their own. And as he had just seen the farmer taking her husband off for a picnic, he thought it was a perfect time to go for a little inspection. He headed off towards the field, and on his way he came to a patch of cabbages, and standing in the field of cabbages was a tall and imposing hare. A hare is a bit like a rabbit, only even taller and much faster. The hedgehog thought, well, Mr. Hare is clearly doing the same thing that I'm doing, and so he greeted him in a friendly way. Good morning there, Mr. Hare. But the hare was tall and posh and frightfully haughty, and turned his nose up at the little hedgehog and said, oh, good morning to you too, I suppose. Why did you come out to this field? Well, I'm taking a walk. Taking a walk? Said the hare. On those tiny bent little legs? I shouldn't think you'd get very far. Well, that's not very nice, said Mr. Hedgehog, whose legs were naturally short and pretty, but that's the way he was born, and that's the way all hedgehogs' legs are. Are you telling me that you can move faster and better on your long, lanky legs than I can on my short ones? My little person. Oh, that is exactly what I am saying. Well then, right. Prove it. Let's have a race. A race with you? Fine. That should be the easiest thing to do. Since there's nothing to do this morning, let's do it right now. No, not quite yet. I ain't had my breakfast and I'm frightfully hungry. I will be back here in half an hour. Fine, whatever, off you go. So, the hedgehog went back and he spoke to his wife, Mrs. Hedgehog. Right, Mrs. Hedgehog, I need you to come with me to the turnip field. Why, love? Well, I've kind of got myself in a bet with a hare over a running race. Oh, boy, Mary. Oh, my goodness, said Mrs. Hare. You can't win a race against a hare. His legs are long, he runs fast. Well, I may not be as fast, but I might be able to beat him with my brain. There are lots of different ways to work hard. Come with me. I have a plan. So, together they walked to the field. But instead of going to the top of the field where the hare was waiting, they entered at the bottom. And the hedgehog said to his wife, right, wife, I want you to hide here in this ditch. Whenever you see the hare come to you, I want you to stand up and say, I am here already. Oh, how's that going to help? Oh my goodness, oh, my mum was right. She was very beautiful. Just do it, it'll be fine. And with that, he headed up to the top of the field where the hare was waiting. Right then, Shorty, shall we start? Yes, I am ready now. Right then, 3, 2, 1. Dashed the hare, causing dust to fly into the air. The hedgehog took 3 steps and stopped and sat back down. In only 5 seconds' time, the hare arrived at the bottom of the field, where Mrs. Hedgehog stood up and said, I am here already. And as one hedgehog tends to look very similar to another, the hare could not tell the difference. And he said, Impossible! No! We must run the race again. 3, 2, 1. And he dashed to the top of the field, where Mr. Hedgehog said, I am here already. No, 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 this is not good, this is not good. Run the race again. Down to the bottom of the field, where Mrs. Hedgehog said, I am. No, 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 this is not good. Run the race again. Up and down, 27 times until finally, boom, he fell in a heap, huffing, panting, exhausted in the middle of the field. The hedgehog had worked hard with his brain, and he had won. From now on, no hare will ever challenge a hedgehog to a race. From now on, Mr. and Mrs. Hedgehog and their children have complete access to cabbages and turnips. And the moral of the story? Work hard and be kind. No matter how important you may think you are, you must always show kindness, even if you think the other person is not as good as you. And that is the end.
My friends, I hope you enjoyed today's story, and I hope to see you soon at Grovely State School. I've been Mr. O'Brien, and this has been Grovely's Storytime. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.